SportsLine continues here on News Channel 5 Plus. Steve Layman with you tonight. Phone lines open 737-7767. And we go back to the phone. Say hello to Kimberly. Kimberly, good evening. Welcome to SportsLine.
Thank you, Mr. Steve.
Great to hear from you. What's on your mind tonight?
Well, I'll be 60 this year, and the things I see going on around me, the sports, which is a good thing, you know, make money. But when they took over soccer took over the fairgrounds, it just makes me angry. That's all I want to say.
Okay. And why is that?
Why does it make me angry?
Yeah.
Because people come here and just take over. Whoever got the most money wins.
But I mean, what are you concerned about them taking over there?
I'm not concerned. It ain't no big deal. You know, you think of the natives when the whites came over here. That's how angry I am.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm just struggling to. Are you angry about what?
Developers coming here taking over.
What would you have preferred happened at the fairgrounds?
I don't know. I mean, that's between the developers and the mayor and the governor, and it ain't. I'm just a little person.
Well, yeah, but if you're angry about it, what would you prefer have had happened?
Well, I know the fairgrounds has to make money. If NASCAR ain't making money, or the races ain't making money, you know, they got to move on.
But the track's still there. So they still have races, and I think there's a pretty high likelihood we're going to see a cup race at the fairgrounds pretty soon here.
Whatever. I just venting. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, I appreciate the call, and I'm sorry you're frustrated about all this. And I get it. Look, I totally understand people, and there were a lot of battles over putting soccer at the fairgrounds for sure. Because there were a lot of people who thought that it would totally ruin the integrity of the space. It would potentially block any hopes of kind of revitalizing Fairgrounds Speedway. But I think, if anything, it's gone the other way with that. I think the way that they're building the stadium and the space that's going to be around it, and then some of the other things that will come with it, I think it's made the area more attractive. And I think when you talk to people in racing, there's a real belief that that area being refurbished around the track is only going to lead to good things for the track. And I virtually guarantee that we're going to see big-time NASCAR racing back at the fairgrounds, which is a dream for a lot of racing fans. So I think somehow, however they got to it with the developers and the city and bonds and all of that stuff, and it was messy for sure. But however they got there, I think they somehow managed to pull it off in a way that should be able to appease most people. We're going to have a beautiful soccer stadium. It's going to be the largest soccer-specific stadium in the country. It's going to be fantastic when they move in there on May the 1st. And I think only good things are going to come in the revitalization of one of the best short track racetracks in the entire country. And I know there's people invested on that side that want to make sure that Fairgrounds Speedway has a rejuvenation here and takes it to the next level and gets it back to what a lot of people think it should always have been. And I think there's a real possibility there. Now, what happens to the neighborhoods and what everything else that goes around that, that is certainly beyond my pay grade. And I think is something that each of the neighbors there might have different feelings about. But in terms of just the fairground space itself, I think they've done a remarkable job of protecting the importance and the integrity of the existing stuff that was there, and then adding in this new magnificent soccer stadium at the same time. So we'll see how it all plays out, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what's to come out there this spring and this summer when you have soccer and racing side by side. Back to football and the Rams championship last night. It is amazing, the things that they were able to pull off with this team. And nothing short of remarkable coming from the 4 seed in the NFC, having to win 4 games in 5 weekends. They had to come back 3 times in the playoffs, their final 3 games, all on late drives. They blew that big lead in Tampa Bay. They had to have the miraculous pass from Stafford to Kupp to set up a Matt Gay field goal. They had the final drive against the 49ers to finally break the curse against the Niners and win again on a Gay field goal in the final 2 minutes. And then, of course, the drive yesterday against the Bengals in the 4th quarter, 4th down conversion, couple of passes to Cooper Kupp to get into position, and then Stafford to Kupp again for the 2nd touchdown in the game, and this one the game winner with 1:25 to go. But beyond that, there's some incredible individual stories on this team as well, and I think you have to start with Stafford, a guy who was languishing in Detroit, had tons of talent, put up big-time numbers, but the team around him was terrible, and there was no shot that he could ever realize his full potential with what had been surrounding him in Detroit. He gets traded last year, and he immediately calls up his buddy from Cabo on vacation with his wife and kids and says, I just got traded to the Rams, and I'm going to win a Super Bowl. And then a year later, he makes good on that promise and wins a Super Bowl. Oh, by the way, the Rams do it in their home stadium. It is remarkable stuff, and Matthew Stafford certainly tops that list. Here was the QB after the game.
Matthew, you're a world champion. How does it feel?
It feels great. Just so happy to be able to celebrate this with such great teammates and my family, people that mean the most to me, and just so proud of this group. It's a special feeling.
Your mind at the end of that game?
You know, that last drive was a special drive, one I'll never forget. Just so many great plays by so many great players, and that's a little scary. Stay right here. Don't move. Don't move. Just so happy to get it done, and I don't know. I'm speechless.
How's your ankle? How's your ankle?
Oh, it's still attached, so we're good.
Can you talk about how much your family means to you right now in this moment?
Yeah, I mean the most. Just so fun to be able to celebrate it with them, and so many special teammates to celebrate it with too. It's you know, in 1 year, being able to get to know these guys the way I've gotten to know them, the way they've cared for each other and played for each other is pretty special.
After Odell went out, how were you able to get the ball to Kupp down the stretch?
It was tough. You know, they played a bunch of man coverage. They were doubling Coop on every 3rd down, and you know, we just missed on a few plays here or there that could have been big plays for us. And we on that final drive, I thought Sean did an unbelievable job of letting us go out there and play with a bunch of tempo. So many guys stepped up. Coop obviously had some huge plays, and then the game winner was just icing on the cake.
When did you dedicate this big win? When did you dedicate?
No, this is just a long time coming for a lot of guys. You know, this is Andrew Whitworth, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, so many great players. Robert Woods on our team, Cooper, so many guys that I could name that deserve this for the way they go to work every single day, the way they care about each other as teammates and people. Just so happy to get it done for those guys.
How about for you, Matthew? You've had a long NFL career to finally get this opportunity to capitalize on it. What does it mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to take some time. You know, I'm going to have to think about it. I know in the moment I didn't know what to think. I was just a little emotional and so happy to be, you know, world champ and so happy to be a part of this group. I mean, that's the biggest thing. It's not me. It's not any individual on this team. We're a group. We're a team. And to get it done together was so special.
On the touchdown pass, what opened up for you all on the touchdown pass at the end there?
That was man coverage, no help over the top, and Coop did a great job winning on his route. I tried to put it in a good spot, and he made a great catch.
Did your wife mention anything at the end of the game?
Excuse me?
Did your wife mention anything at the end of the game?
Just proud of me, happy for me. You know, she's been with me through all these years, and we battled so many things together. You know, to get it done and have her down there with the kids and everything is such a special thing.
Matthew Stafford, after the game, everybody thought he was the missing piece, the quarterback to come in and lead this so talented Rams team to the promised land, and that is exactly what he did in year 1. It is pretty remarkable stuff, but that's not all. When you think about his favorite receiver, Cooper Kupp, a guy who was a nothing recruit out of high school. I don't know if he had any stars. He had no college offers. He ends up at Eastern Washington, has a great career there, finds a way into the NFL, and now he's maybe the hardest guy to defend in all of the National Football League. And I told you the story about Stafford telling his buddy last year after he was traded that I'm going to go to L.A., I've been traded there, and I'm going to win a Super Bowl. Well, even before that happened, Cooper Kupp says that he had a vision that the Rams were going to win the Super Bowl and he was going to be the MVP. The guy with no offers out of high school was going to be Super Bowl MVP. And he lived that out. Absolutely incredible. An NFL postseason record, 33 catches in the playoffs, including that game winner with 1:25 to go. And here was Kupp after the game talking about his incredible journey from unheralded guy out of high school to now a Super Bowl champion and MVP.
Super Bowl MVP Cooper Kupp at podium 7.
This is going to be interesting, guys.
Cooper, I know you don't really like talking about yourself, but the moment after you won Super Bowl MVP, what was just going through your head of basically just your entire career, no offers, 0-star recruit, everything?
I wasn't really where my mind was. I was just looking at my family, looking at my wife, my boys coming out here, everything they've sacrificed, that they've been through with me, that they've encouraged me through. My wife's been with me since senior year in high school. She's been through all of it. She's seen it all. She knows the sacrifices because she's lived the sacrifices herself as well. I was just it was so amazing being able to see them while I was up on that podium. There was in 2019 we walked off the field that last time after losing to the Patriots. I wasn't able to be a part of that thing, but I don't know what it was. There's just this vision that God revealed to me that we were going to come back. We were going to be a part of a Super Bowl. We were going to win it, and somehow I was going to walk off the field as the MVP of the game. And I shared that with my wife because I couldn't tell anyone else, obviously, what that was. But from the moment this postseason started, there was just a belief. Every game, it was written already. It was written already, and I just got to play free, knowing that, I got to play from victory, not for victory. I got to play in a place where I was validated, not from anything that happened on the field, but because of my worth in God and my Father. And I'm just so incredibly thankful. In that moment you're talking about, I just felt like I was just so undeserving of what that was in that moment, because it was, the people that I've been able to play with, the people that I've been around, the players that I get to play with, that come into work with every single day, the coaches that I get to work with, to collaborate with. It's just been the perfect team, the perfect setup. I'm just so thankful for everyone that's been around me. It was, really, I don't know if it still really hasn't hit me.
Kupp's journey is remarkable, and so is really the entire Rams team, and he echoed it there. You heard Stafford talk about it a moment ago. Whenever you win a championship like this, there is just a bond that is different than other teams. Every team, especially in the NFL, you spend so much time together, all the blood, the sweat, and the tears that go into it. You truly form a brotherhood. But on the really special teams, the ones that make deep runs, the ones that get to the Super Bowl with all that pressure and all the hype and the limelight around it, those bonds last lifetimes. And they'll be coming back for reunions for years to come and talking about exactly what they were able to do, because it was remarkable. And Stafford's making good on his promise and Kupp making good on his vision is pretty incredible. But by the way, how about the night for Van Jefferson, the Nashville kid, going out to the Super Bowl with the Rams? He gets 4 catches in the game. But even maybe more improbable than that, his wife went into labor in the second half of the game. She was rushed to the hospital. He finishes the game, helps the Rams win, celebrates the Super Bowl title on the field with their older daughter and his dad, and then immediately makes a beeline for the hospital to be there in time for the birth of his first son. Super Bowl champion and father for the second time in the span of about 3 hours on one night. Absolutely amazing, and obviously a night the Jeffersons will never, ever forget. For another part on this story, we'll get to Aaron Donald's big night when we come back. This is SportsLine on News Channel 5 Plus.